Do you like beach parties, queens named Mary, and GT3 racing at the only 200-mile-an-hour beach party in the world? Fuck yeah, you do. This is the Long Beach Grand Prix, and this is your lap guide for the next round of the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup, so let's get it started. All right, I have got you out on track now. I'm going to show you my fastest lap that I just did a little bit ago. I'm going to break it down, show you where to brake, turn, all that good stuff so you can get a good competitive time at the Long Beach Grand Prix street course. Now again, this is not the end all be all. It's a pretty good lap. It's a good start to get your times down and get you into a competitive starting point to make sure you can put in good laps. And always, we're going to start the corner before. So in this case, it's going to be turn 10. Long sweeping left-hander. Going to set up a really tight hairpin. You can play with this a little bit if you're doing a quali lap, but this is going to be a tricky one as far as your regular race pace and how you take it every time. It's going to be a tight course. It's going to be a lot of wall. There's a lot of opportunity for wrecking. Going too wide through some of these sections is going to be a big no-no. Gotta be patient, gotta wait for your opportunity. Going 3 wide is definitely something you don't want to do, except for on maybe one of the straights, the start-finish straight, maybe the back straight. Even then it gets a little sketchy. No room for error at Long Beach. So it's gonna be an exciting race. So let's go ahead and get you all started. So as always, coming around turn 10, this is gonna set you up for your first push lap. You can see I'm way out wide to the right, braking nice and early, about 50%, dragging the trail braking into there. I'm getting a lot of steering lock. I am pretty much crossed over here. Now you can kind of switch hands and bring it back, but I like to have it, my hands be in the right position to go forward. So I'm doing a lot of crossover, really heavy rotation on the front wheels. It's a tight hairpin, and then getting back on the throttle. We'll show that again real quick there. And we'll watch it another time as we come to the end of the course. So again, trail braking, 30% or so, letting off at the apex there, 70% throttle while I'm turning the car just to get that back to kick out. And then as I'm coming along the wall, straightening up, I'm giving it 100% throttle. You're going to be 100% down the start-finish straight. Now, it's a straight, technically not a turn, but it's a long, curving section all through the front part of the course there. Now here, you can't see it here. I'm going to switch to my cockpit camera so you can see that. We've gone past it. I'm kind of looking for about the 500-meter board on the side there. Right where these 2 lines start at the pit exit. You can cross over that a little bit, but not too much. You will get a slowdown there. I kind of use as my reference the traffic signal here. That's a good point for me to kind of look at where I'm about to start braking. You'll see that here. See the traffic signal, and right as I'm passing it, just start to brake, kind of in between the 400 and the 500-meter yard board, probably, it's the US. And I'm going to shift all the way down to second gear for this one. Braking, about 75% down to the 200-meter board, still braking, trailing. Start to let off as I turn, come in nice and tight here. I do take too much curb on this run. You want to kind of be clear of that. You don't want to unsettle the car because it could push you out into the barrier there. But we had a pretty good exit there. I carried some speed up into third, back down to second. At least in the RacingCockpits.com AMG, I do go down to first here, and I found that riding the planter around the fountain a little bit does help get you some of that rotation. It's just going to be like when you're going onto some of these courses that have that raised curbing, has a little bit of that camber. It's going to help push the car down into those side tires and give you that little bit of extra rotation. Because again, this is going to be another really tight section. It's going to be a chaotic section. People are going to try and do moves from here, and it never ends up well. It's always chaos. You want to be patient, wait for the next few corners before you're going to make your move here. take you back and I'll show you my braking point. Another tricky one, I'm going to go back into the cockpit there, and I'm kind of looking for me, I'm looking kind of right about as I start to see the corner open up, and then right around that gel, kind of the king taco on the side there, nice and straight through there, down to first. Gonna carry that brake all the way into that planter, roll that a little bit. As soon as I hit the planter, I'm back on the throttle about 30%, 100% as I cross over it. Nice and tight through that corner there, and then we're pushing back through. Again, corner 4 is gonna come back on you real quick. I'm kind of looking for this kink in the red striping here, right about where the advertising starts on the wall is my braking point. And it's just a little bit of brake, about 30% to get the car to rotate. Nice and tight through that apex. A little bit too much curbing on that one. I like a little bit less. Again, unsettles the car. You're going to be really close to that wall there. I am super close. I think I may have even just barely scraped it. Then that takes us into turn 5. Again, 20% braking just to cross over that temporary curbing that's there. And I'll walk you back through that because this is going to be another tricky one. You're gonna see I'm nice and wide. Start to brake kind of where this white patch is on the wall. Maybe 50 yards, meters, whatever it is, ahead of that K1 speed braking. But I'm kind of looking for this white area here again, and just doing like 20% braking. Just to get the car rotated, a little bit of crossover, not ideal. I'm aiming for the inside of this curbing. You want to keep one tire for sure 100% off of that, but you can cut a pretty good amount of that, and you'll see as soon as I get to that, I am back on the throttle 50% as the car rotates out to the exit here towards the other wall, and 100% push on through there, and I'm 100% down the straight. Looking for the 300 meter board. I am braking kind of in between there, staying in 4th, just about halfway, almost to the 200 meter board, down to 3rd, down to 2nd, trailing it off, getting the car to rotate nice and tight inside there, easing off the brake, back on the throttle about 80, 75% as soon as the car is rotated, and I'm straightening it out in 100% throttle once I'm through there and the car starts to rotate. A little bit of steering angle, but this car can handle it. You're gonna be full throttle all the way through. Let it sweep around back over to your left there, and I'm looking for the 300 meter board, maybe quarter of the way past it, not too far. You're going to start to feel confident with this corner, and you're going to be tempted to brake a little bit later. Don't. Keep doing what you're doing. It's going to be a really high speed entry into this, and then a tight apex into it, into like a really precise exit, because you're going to be going out into the wall once again. And you'll see a quarter, halfway in between the 300 and the 200, about 50% brake, trailing it off, coming in nice and tight here. You can cut a lot of this curb. You can get over pretty much most of it. You can see I cut right across there, not going to get an off track or a slowdown. And you'll see once I get to the apex there, as I'm about to hit it, I start to get back on the throttle, 20%, 50% at the apex, 75% as I'm exiting. And once I know I'm not going to hit the wall, I'm 100% throttle. 100% throttle down the start finish straight here. It's going to be another tricky one, a lot of time gained, a lot of time lost. I'm looking for the 400 meter board. Now I've gone back and forth, tried to brake later. Again, what I've learned over the years is it's much more productive to brake a little bit earlier with a little bit less pressure than braking later with heavier pressure. Across the board tends to work and give you your best results. So I'm looking for the 400 meter board here. Again, 400 meters, braking down to 3rd, down to 2nd, giving it about 75% braking, trailing into this corner, cutting a good chunk of this curbing. You can get your tires right over that red and white striped area, As I'm hitting that apex there, I am back on throttle 100%, 100% through here, staying in second. A little dab of brake just to get it to rotate, staying in second again. Off throttle, off everything while the car rotates through this double apex turn 10. A little dab of throttle just to give it a push, a little bit more. You're gonna really play through the throttle here, get that weight to balance and shift. You can give it a few little dabs to give you some extra pace, but you won't want to give it too much. Remember, you're setting the car, balancing it really through that double apex turn there. Setting up for our turn 11, our last turn of the course. Again, nice and tight, straightening everything out. I am braking about the last quarter of the striped curbing. You're looking for kind of the Acura, the Firestone icon logo there as far as where you're going to be braking. And then 50-60% braking, trailing that, really getting that rotation in. I am, if you look at my steering wheel, I am past the crossover point. I'm really turning this thing really hard, giving it a little tiny bit of throttle just to push that back end out. It works well on the AMG because it's a front engine car. Kicking that back end out, still giving it steering angle. Pump the concrete barrier there a little bit. Straightened up, pushed out 100% on the throttle, and then back on through across the start finish line. For me, this was my best lap so far, my PB. That was a 1:18.2. I feel like 17s are there. Don't quite remember what I have in other cars, but for sure, you can be hitting 18s and 19s in this thing, no problem. So that's your breakdown. We're gonna give you one more look at it. I'm gonna show you this thing at full speed from the far camera there, and then we'll close everything out and get you all ready for round 5 of 6 of the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup by Camera Caster. So let's start this lap over again. We're gonna go ahead and, of course, take you back to the last turn, which is gonna be turn 11. And this is just gonna let you listen to the car, get that nice racing ASMR going, listen to those downshifts, listen to how I'm braking, listen to the tires, add all that into the visuals, get a feel for the course, go out there and memorize it, and you're gonna have fast laps just like I do. Definitely one of my favorite tracks. It's one of the best race weekends in America. If you can make it, if you're in Southern California, definitely go see it. If you can make it to Southern California during Long Beach Grand Prix, definitely do. Lots of potential for chaos in this one. Iconic fountain, getting a little bit of manicure there. All about flow on this one, linking all these corners together. Another crucial corner, get this one and you're gaining pace. Remember, patience on this one, don't push it, be patient. A lot of room for error here. Three more turns to go. Remember, don't be impatient here. Manage that throttle, manage that throttle, manage that throttle. Last turn, hard right. Back on, a little bit of wall, we can take it. And then across the start finish line for a 1:18.2. And that's your lap of Long Beach. I hope this helps you get faster, especially if this is a new course for you. And we launch it there because that was our last lap. So again, tune in every Thursday. We've only got 2 weeks left for the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup by Camera and Caster. Been some amazing racing so far. Really exciting, you know, really great level of competition going on. This week at this week at Thursday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. 7 p.m. Yeah, 7 p.m. Pacific time, we'll have round 5. And then next weekend, same time, same bat channel, we're going to have the last 6th and final round of the RacingCockpits.com Pacific Cup. As always, if you like what you see, you got to do what the algorithm needs. It means follow us, like us, comment, do all that good stuff. That keeps us going, helps us grow this thing, bring you more content, bring together this rad community we're building for everything motorsports. Go check out RacingCockpits.com. They have some amazing gear, some really incredibly good extruded aluminum stuff, all sorts of accessories too. They've been a great partner for us since the beginning. Definitely check them out if you need more stuff. Check out their socials on Instagram and YouTube. We're on all the socials, Camber and Caster on Instagram and TikTok, Camber X Caster on YouTube. We're also on Twitch, CamberXcaster.com if you want to know more about us. We also do coaching. We have esports teams that we manage. We can help you manage your team, liveries, everything you need to become potentially a pro racing driver, or, you know, stay casual as you are. And with that, I leave you as always with a reminder: you're going to go out on track, you're going to have cold tires and cold brakes. You got to warm it up.